this, I'm going to talk about how YouTube has changed my life and what it's done for me, but then also how other people can do it, because I have not spent any money on my YouTube channel. I have not put any money into equipment, editing software. I have just simply done it with an iPhone, and I will also go through how I edit my videos and where I learn everything, because I literally just one day decided to start this YouTube channel, and ever since then I've not bought anything, not bought any other equipment. I have just put myself in front of a phone tripod and spoke about books. And in doing that, my life has changed dramatically. So I want to start with everything that YouTube has taught me. So I started this channel just over a year ago. So we're celebrating my BookTube anniversary slightly late, but it also coincided with when I have also hit 500 YouTube subscribers. I've only just managed that, and it's been over a year. I did have a break with YouTube and also like my TikTok and everything, anything book related. I took a massive break in sort of February time this year, and I think I had 3 months off. So I haven't done a full year of YouTube yet, but obviously my channel has been up and running for over a year now. And if we go into everything that it's taught me, the first and biggest thing, and probably one of the most generic things that I think a lot of people say, is it has taught me confidence. Confidence to literally just talk in front of a phone and talk to no one in particular and be confident in what I'm saying, because I think a lot of the time you see a lot of negative comments and things like that on YouTube and just social media more generally, which is actually a really scary thing and something that I've now experienced having a YouTube channel. You do get a lot more negative comments on YouTube compared to any other social media platform, in my opinion and experience, particularly when it comes to YouTube Shorts. I think those, because they get pushed out to so many different people, not necessarily like in the book community. Like the book community has its problems, as you can see like on TikTok and things like that, but generally it's quite a nice space. In my experience, I've had so many, like I've made so many lovely friends. Like I went to a wedding of a girl that I met through TikTok. I will have to link her social media down below along with mine, but she's one of my best friends now. She'll come to my wedding when that ever happens. Tom, if you're watching, that will happen soon. Like I've gone to her wedding and I've met her friends, and we are just so integrated into each other's lives, and I wouldn't have that without BookTube, BookTok, just talking about books on social media. But it doesn't always come with the positives. There are people that just like to make negative comments for the sake of it without even knowing like the community or the book I'm talking about. They'll just pick at anything. And doing this has made me get a lot thicker skin. I used to be somebody that any negative thing, like I take criticism so personally, like even at work I beat myself up about it. And I am quite an emotional person, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think having the negative comments makes me be able to take that and not let it actually affect me day to day or make me unhappy. I read it, I have a laugh with Tom, like I try and find the funniness in it, because often it's somebody that doesn't even think before they press send. And this kind of sounds as if I have loads of negative comments. I don't. I have one in a blue moon. So if you're watching this and you want to start a BookTube and you're kind of scared because of the negative comments, I would say, and it has been the case for me, that because your confidence will develop from talking to a phone and from backing what you put out there and enjoying the content that you create and enjoying that process in itself, building your confidence to talk and also engage with people that are literally kind of strangers, like you don't even know who they are on social media. That confidence helps you deal with negativity. And even though, yes, it happens once in a blue moon and it's very rare, when it does happen, I've built those coping mechanisms, like trying to laugh it off with Tom, or just reading it, or even figuring out how to adjust your settings so that you don't always see comments and you don't see reactions to things that you post. Those things are such good character building, and I don't think people really talk about that. So I would say that my confidence has developed in order to manage negativity or negative comments, and that has translated into how I deal with interactions at work, how I deal with stress at work, any kind of negativity. I've built this robust coping mechanism, and I definitely have YouTube to thank for that. And then also my ability to speak to a camera, like I said before, has also translated to my ability to like speak in presentations at work, or like be comfortable enough to speak to people about my writing career or my BookTube or my love of books, or just like nerding out on TikTok. I'm so confident and I back myself in that. And I think that YouTube is such a scary social media platform. Well, it was to me before I started. Doing it continually and not being afraid of something and just jumping straight into it has built my confidence so much. The other thing as well is the school that I went to when I grew up was not a nice place. There were these like group of boys, and I can even remember them to this day. Anything you did, you dyed your hair a different color, you gained weight, you did something like embarrassing, like you embarrassed yourself, they would never let you live it down. And I've always loved books, I've always loved reading, and I've always loved YouTube. Like, I've watched loads of YouTube videos, and I wish I could go back and tell 15-year-old me that was dying to make a YouTube channel but was scared of those boys picking on her to just freaking do it. Because even without, like, I've only just reached 500 subscribers. My average count of viewers, how do I say it? The amount of viewers I have on my long form videos are a lot less than my short form. Some people would take the mick out of that at school. That was my fear, that people would be like, oh, you're a failure, you're not very good. But doing it and seeing that count go up even from like 1 view to 2 view means so much, because you're talking about something that you enjoy. And I wish I could have just told myself not to worry or bother with things like that, because that means nothing, and those people you'll never see again when you graduate. And also, I don't even care what they think anymore. If they've even found my channel now and they watch it and take the mick, that says so much more about them than it does me. If anybody to this day takes the mick out of anybody doing something that they're so passionate and they love. And also on the flip side of that, because of how much I've put myself out there with my YouTube, so many friends have connected with me because of it, and they go, wow, that's so cool that you've done it, that's so brave, I wish I could do it. And so I'm so proud of my confidence to do something that would have scared 15-year-old me, and I feel like now I'm doing her proud by doing what I wish I could have done back then. And I have no regrets with it. Like, everything happens for a reason, and I've started it now because I'm more confident in myself. So yeah, confidence is a huge thing, and probably the biggest thing I could take away from this whole booktube YouTube experience. So then the other more generic comment I would say for like YouTube channels in general is that it increases your commitment and your organization. So for me, I have made a commitment since returning back to booktube in early summer, late spring this year. I have committed to myself to post 1 video a week on YouTube long form, and then some shorts like once or twice a week, which I have been doing. And that commitment to doing something that I want to do has grown and is so important, because I'm a writer in my spare time. I would love to be a traditionally published author one day, and I also have a corporate job in a finance company in London. And so balancing all of that has been such a learning experience, and I've really developed in that, because my finance job is very demanding. I can be quite stressed at work. I had to cry this week because it was a lot. They always say, and there's a saying, isn't there, if you want something done, ask a busy person to do it. And being busy in YouTube and having that schedule to film and then to edit and upload every single week, and carving that time outside. So I would film on the weekends and then I would edit on a Monday night. Carving that specific time out to do that means I'm not working late on a Monday. I will log off on time because I have something that I need to be doing in that evening. So I think having that has created healthy coping mechanisms with work. And then also it's meant that because that's scheduled, that mindset is really easy to translate into my writing as well. So I carve specific times out to write. That's a bit of a juggle, because sometimes when you're feeling creative, you want to dive straight into the writing. So you can't always structure how and when you're going to write. You have to be in the right mindset. And same with YouTube. Like, I've been tired all this week, so I haven't sat and done like an evening recording of this video because it's been too much. I'm doing it on the weekend when I feel a bit more refreshed, and just even listening and learning how to listen to your body but stick to all the commitments you've made and be organized has been such a skill that I have developed and refined because of YouTube. I think it's all just increased commitment and organization to myself. And then that goes on to the next thing of how this has changed my life, because it has got me motivated with my writing. I have been struggling with writer's block, and I've recorded and done some videos on my struggle with my writer's block. And I recently did a video of me actually finishing the first draft of my 3rd novel. I don't think I would have done that so soon had it not been for YouTube, and had it not been for creating a video about it and doing this video ends when I finish the draft of my novel. I was holding myself accountable. And then this also goes into it. So I know I spoke about like talking to people at work about my YouTube channel. YouTube has helped me be confident in that. And I've like subtly, when I've dropped it in at work, a couple of people have been like, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm gonna subscribe, I'm gonna watch it. And then every week we kind of talk about the videos that I've posted. And now I've built a really lovely friendship with a girl at work because of that. And I hope she's watching this, because that friendship at work has helped me so much when work has been quite stressful and I've like shed a few tears. I always know that I'll go and talk to her about like my books, and she finds it so cool that I've written books. She's just recently read my books and she subscribed to my channel. And then there's also another colleague I have at work that's based in Cape Town that has also subscribed and watches my videos. And because I work with him and he's in a different country, it has just helped us have something more naturally to speak about that isn't just about work. And I love that. And so now I really enjoy the friendships I built at work, and it's been centered around talking about books or my writing journey. And I love like recommending books to people at work that know about my like book side hustles. And it's just been really lovely to create different and meaningful connections. And then finally, one of the other biggest things, so it's helped me enjoy work, but it's also just helped me in general enjoy London. When we were in the cost of living crisis, I know we're kind of still coming out of it, but before Tom had moved in, I was really struggling financially because I just moved into my own place. My salary wasn't quite stretching. I managed to get a promotion, which massively helps, but between then and the promotion, I was struggling month to month, getting myself into debt to just keep up with normal, like I couldn't do a food shop unless I put it on my credit card, like, and getting into that cycle was quite bad for me. And so I made an active decision, and I was constantly talking to my therapist about it, because I think financial well-being is such a huge issue and topic that needs to be spoken about more, but also it's something that I had to speak to my therapist about because it's hard to navigate as yourself. And I have such a close relationship with my parents. They would worry if they knew how stressed I was about money, because they want to take my problems away from me as much as they can, but there's nothing that they can do. Like, I have to live and provide for myself as an adult. It was really tough. So my therapist and I were like, okay, how can you utilize your love of books and your book social media and your writing to fulfill your spare time but not spend any money? And so one was that I was creating videos. I remember doing a few last year as well, creating videos of just me writing, and that was what I would do on my weekend, and that was my weekend plan because I couldn't afford to go out with my friends. And I think that was something that kept me going, gave me purpose, but also filled my time, and I didn't just sit here wallowing in the fact that I could barely afford my Tesco food shop that week. And then the other thing is that I would explore London a lot more. So I think being so broke made me dislike London, but also being somewhat introverted with being a writer and also reading, I struggle with the busyness of London, particularly where I live. You step outside and it is busy. Like, I'm pretty central, and that in itself, like in summer, I would see people walking to the pub or walking to, like, there's a drinking bit in the park around here that everybody goes to, and I'd be like walking my dog and being like, oh, I can't afford to do that. But also it kind of intimidates me. Like, I'm not really into like massive drinking culture. I'm not into spending my evenings going out to clubs or bars. I don't like that. I love the comfort of my own home, but it's weird being such a homebody in London is a bit of an oxymoron, because everybody, especially in summer, is like, oh, what are we going to do? Where are we going this weekend? What festival are we going to? There is so much, it's very overstimulating, this city, and there is so much you can do and see that just freaks me out and scares me, and all I want to do is be at home, but I feel guilty for that. So having my love of books doesn't just mean I fill my like days and weekends writing, but I would also explore different parts of London in a setting that really suited me, and that was going to bookshops. So I did like a series where I was visiting different bookshops in different locations and then filming them, or like I'd walk to Waterstones Piccadilly and I would do a vlog of that. And that got me out enjoying London and opening my eyes to actually the good things that London can offer and how it suits my personality. But it also, I could do some of it for free unless I bought books, which was never always a good thing, but a book is a tenner, right? So like, as long as I was disciplined, I was fine. And you can kind of make it as cheap as possible. Some of my favorite days in London have been picking up a coffee, walking to Waterstones Piccadilly, going around Buckingham Palace, like walking around the gardens there with my dog. And that was just such a perfect day, and vlogging it meant I got out because I could. And I have touched on this before, like I do have struggles with my mental health. Like I see a therapist, and my whole writing journey started because I've suffered with depression and anxiety. That has also made me scared to go out. It's not just being introverted, but it's also if you're having a bad mental health day. Needing and wanting to post a YouTube video was a way of pushing myself out of my wallowing stage and making sure that I wasn't just sitting at home and exacerbating and making my mental health struggles worse. I was going out and going, right, let's get some fresh air, let's do a video. And then I really enjoy editing my YouTube videos. They do take a long time to edit, but I do enjoy it. And so it was distracting me in a way, but in a healthy way. So I wasn't like going out drinking when I was down. I was going out doing such wholesome activities with Tom or with my friends, going to bookshops and vlogging that. Like it's been such a healthy coping mechanism for my depression and anxiety. So I am really grateful for that. And then when I've opened up about my struggles a bit more on social media, I don't do it that much because I sometimes, I don't know, it can be kind of scary. When I have done it, people have connected with me on that and said, oh, I feel the same. Like creating content about books and talking about my passion has just released some kind of serotonin and made me feel so much better. So yeah, that's kind of one of the things I've learned as well. So it's helped me enjoy London, but it's also just helped me with my mental health. So those are kind of the things that YouTube and more specifically BookTube have taught me, because my whole page is centered around talking about books and my writing journey and doing the both together, because I love being able to look back at what I've posted. And I'm really excited to see, like in the future, how much I've grown and developed as a writer. I'd love to look back at the videos where I'm struggling to like finish a book, or I'm getting worried and not feeling confident because I'm worried I won't get an agent, or that I'll never be traditionally published or anything like that. I will love to look back one day, maybe when I'm in that position, and go, look how far I've come. So that's also another reason I've done YouTube and why I feel excited about the whole YouTube experience and journey. So let's go to how I got started on BookTube and filming YouTube videos, and more specifically how I've been able to do that for free. So I started without knowing anything. In my mind, I thought I needed to spend thousands of pounds on a camera. I needed proper equipment. I needed to go on a video editing course in order to do this. I was so wrong. I have not spent a penny on my YouTube channel. I have not got an editor. I do it all myself, and I do it on free software. So if you are like me, you can start without knowing anything. Just learn the basics from YouTube. YouTube itself is such a pocket. I call it the YouTube University. It's such a huge, endless pocket of knowledge that you can just go on. You can just literally type in how to start a YouTube channel for free and something will come up. I learned how to edit and how to film and how to do all of that stuff on YouTube. I have not gone on a course. I have not got an editor. I've not done anything other than do my research on YouTube, and then just also Google in general. I'm sure ChatGPT could also help with this now, but I've not used that. It kind of terrifies me. But my biggest piece of advice before I get into the actual like how I've done this is you need to not worry about subscriber count, view count, and how good you are. Your first videos will be rubbish. My first videos were rubbish, but they are a learning curve. Every single time I post a video, I've been doing this for a year, and I still feel like my videos are basic, and I still feel as if I've got such a long way to go to improve. It's a slow one. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And so you have to start this knowing you won't be perfect. You have to start it knowing that you won't suddenly get loads of subscribers or views. I have seen accounts that started later than me that have blown up. That is a once in a blue moon situation. It doesn't happen all the time. Most people are like my accounts where it takes them a year to get to 500 subscribers. I'm sure there are different ways that people can project and grow so much quicker. But the way that I do my YouTube videos in terms of how I film, where I film, what I say, what I do, the equipment I use has all been so tailored and organic and authentic to my lifestyle, my personality, and how I've made it maintainable. I would not be able to, and it's not realistic for me to post 2 to 3 long form videos a week. I am in a full-time job, as I've mentioned, and writing is also one of my biggest things that I do want to do, and that is one of my biggest goals in life. YouTube is a side hobby and fun for me, so that's the only way I've been able to manage it. So I think I went off on a bit of a tangent there. So I basically started without knowing anything, and then I didn't focus on subscriber or view count. That will all come. If it's meant to be, it will come. If you put in the work, it will come. And then if I go on to more how I've done it. So I mentioned YouTube University is a great way to get some resource for free at your fingertips of how to film and the sort of equipment you have and all of that. You can get based upon your goals and what you want, you'll be able to find that. So for me, my aim was I couldn't afford to do this for anything but free. I already had a tripod for my phone to film TikToks. I got it from Amazon, it was £10. I recently upgraded from TikTok shop to the tripod with the ring lights, and that was a tenner. So I've got those, and so I use them for TikTok. I've now used it for YouTube. I literally just flip it from being a portrait to landscape. I am now filming on an iPhone 16, but 2 weeks ago I was filming on an iPhone 12. I only recently upgraded my phone. So my only equipment is a phone tripod and a phone, and then I just wait for it to be good lighting outside. The good thing about this TikTok ring light, one has literally just died, in case you go, the lighting's now gone funny, but one of the ring lights has just died. I need to plug it in and charge it. But I just have to be conscious of filming in daytime. I've got these long windows, like floor to ceiling next to me, so I only can really do it in daylight because I haven't spent money on lighting. I don't even have a microphone. I think that might be something that I need to look into and get and maybe add to my birthday wish list. If anyone knows any good microphones out there, let me know as well. That's the one thing I've noticed, is maybe the sound quality and getting the sound volume right for my YouTube videos probably needs improving, but I've been doing YouTube for a year without even getting a microphone. So I've spent a total of £10 on a tripod, 24 because I bought 2. And then my editing software, I use CapCut, and I use the free CapCut editing. At the moment, I don't know if it's my laptop or if it's CapCut, but with my videos, sometimes it takes loads and it has that wheel of doom that spins around sometimes, but other times it works completely perfectly and I've had no issues with it. I think it might be the storage in my laptop which is slowing it down. But I just use the free CapCut. I haven't even upgraded. I use that to edit my videos, and then I use YouTube Library to get the music because that is also free. And there's loads of videos out there that show you how to upload videos on YouTube, how to get the free sort of what's the word? Oh my God, how have I not remembered this? I literally studied law and I can't remember, like copyright. You can get copyright free music from YouTube itself, and there's loads of videos on as to how to download it. And then there's also videos out there that recommend which audio tracks are good. Like I get mine from recommendations from YouTube videos of which ones to download and use that are like good vibes for vlogs and things like that. I also use Canva for my thumbnails. Again, there are loads of videos that show you how to use Canva or how to create thumbnails for your YouTube videos, and that's like the still image that sits on the YouTube video itself. I use the free version of that. And then I also used Canva to do my Flows Fiction intro to my YouTube videos. And I literally sat and did a step-by-step YouTube video, and I did the Canva creation at the same time. So you can literally do this for free and not spend any money. It does obviously take more time not having an editor and things like that, but I don't want to put money into my YouTube because I'm doing it as a hobby. And it's something I just want to see how it goes before I invest money in a camera. But also the iPhone cameras are so good now. Some of my friends that have like proper cameras, they're like, oh, actually, I prefer filming on my iPhone. And so many people do that. There's loads of videos out there of people that give you tips and tricks for filming on an iPhone with a cheap tripod and no microphone. And so if you want to do that research and find that to yield those results, like it's definitely out there and you can definitely try it. But my biggest piece of advice is just start the YouTube channel, because even if you sit and I never get to 1,000 subscribers, I never get monetized, I never get more than 30 views a video, I will be happy and I will still be making these videos because they've given me so much other skills and life experience and just helped me build connections with people at work and outside of work and on social media itself, that I don't regret it at all. And those horrible people at school, those bullies, can take the mick out of my YouTube channel and go, wow, how embarrassing, how cringe. That's fine, because I am so happy doing this and I love it, and I'm committing myself to doing it every week this year because that was a huge goal that I had before turning 30, and that's more because I've been so scared to do this for almost 15 years that I don't want to stop just because I'm scared of what other people think. So you can start the YouTube channel, you can talk about books on here. It will be the making of you. It'll be one of the best things you've done. If that is something that you do want to do and you're worried about starting, please don't be worried, because I can promise you that it is worth it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. All of my socials are linked down below as well.